Level 93, History's Keepers. Wuklamot has her sights set on the Yakyoi village. The road beckons, friends. Let's be on our way to the Yakyoi. And it's back to where the path through the mountains begins. You remember the spot where you tricked into walking off with Wakese? He's going to rub my face in it like that, eh? Wonder if he's raising my hackles on purpose, though. You know, trying to keep my anger directed at him instead of myself. Either way, we can't be standing around here all day. We have a lot of lost time to make up for. Thanks for the follow. This is not updating properly. It's acting all weird. I couldn't leave without letting Ready Rock know what happened, so I stopped in Earthenshire to say a few words before moving on. And now Aaronville's nowhere to be seen. Couldn't he wait a few more moments? So much for giving him the benefit of the doubt. Come on, let's catch up. I want to give that smug gleaner a piece of my mind. I worried Wuklamot would agonize over the loss of her keystone, but it seems I had nothing to be concerned about. Onwards and upwards, then. Mountains do. Huge congestion. The area you're about to enter has been divided into multiple identical instances. Select a destination. We'll go in the one with the least amount in it. Watch it. As I'm sure you've noticed, air grows thin at this elevation. Take it slow until your body adjusts. Deep breaths, drink plenty of water. A few more steps and we'll be in Worqor's Echo. Worqor. Moving real quick. This. Phew, I'm getting used to the air up here. So this is the place in the Lay of Proof where Papa met with the Yakyoi. The giants? That must be them. I don't think I've ever actually seen one outside of a picture. They don't look very giant-like. So it is for most Torali. The giants rarely visit the lowlands. Here in their mountain fastness, they tend to the solemn duty they pledged to undertake in their pact with the Dawn Servant. Watch over the Tural Vidral Valagarmanda and maintain its prison within their temple. Ah yes, Wuklamot told us about the Tural Vidral, creatures that live far longer than normal and awaken to strange powers. Indeed, yet even among those anomalies, Valagarmanda is unrivaled in strength. It has endured for centuries, bringing catastrophe each time it emerges from its lair. As you learned in the Lay of Ice, it was Gulul Jaja who at last managed to imprison the beast and has lain dormant in the temple ever since. Said the building still bears a gaping hole in its ceiling from when Valagarmanda was lured inside by Gulul Jaja's final ploy. I'd like to see this strongest of all Tural Vidral. I wonder what it was like to fight it. Warlord's Echo was where both the Lay of Proof and the Lay of Ice took place. Does this not suggest we'll be facing 2 feats this time? It's a question we can ask the Elector once we find him, or maybe we should flesh out Bakul Jaja first so I can beat my keystone out of him. Identifying the Dawn Servant's Elector should be our priority. Let's find that thieving cheat. Damn right. Now, where to start looking? And perhaps the feat should take precedence while we're here. I am sure there will be other opportunities to come up Bakul Jaja. Suppose we do still have 4 keystones to earn, and no matter what we do, the contest will pit us against him sooner or later. Alright, let's seek out the Elector. Vengeance is mine. And I suggest we pay a visit to Kariorzar the Gracious, or so their temple is called. The Moblins told me that High Luminary Gurfler is to be found there. We are to ask someone for information, and he seems a wise choice. See if I can convince the guards to let us through. I'm Wuklamat, third promise of Tuliolal, and I seek your Elector for the right of succession. May I speak with Gurfler? The High Luminary has granted admittance to the claimant. You may enter. Huh, that was easier than expected. In we go, then. Gods, is that... Hi, Valagarmanda. Welcome. Hi, Luminary Gurfler. He is not here at present. I am Luminary Zormor. This is Sky Ruin. This is the Sky Ruin, Valagarmanda. It is the Tural Vidral whose name has evoked terror since time immemorial. Even my people, once conquerors of all beneath the sun, were as brittle leaves before Valagarmanda's tempestuous power. When the Sky Ruin descended upon Urkapacha 8 decades ago, the casualties were staggering. Had Gulul Jaja and his companions not intervened, we would have been slaughtered to the last. Their titanic battle with Valagarmanda raged for 10 days and 10 nights. As their foe fought on, tireless and relentless, our heroes were pushed beyond the limits of their endurance. Thus did the head of reason concoct a desperate plan. Gulul Jaja tricked the Sky Ruin into losing control of its own ice magics, causing the unwitting Tural Vidral to encase itself in frozen ether. It's been like this ever since. Nice work, Papa. But what happens if the ice ever melts? The same question looms large in our minds, for the magic sustaining this prison grow weaker with each passing year. Valagarmanda commands powers of fire and lightning and ice. Some believe that the violence of the recent storm was a result of those energies slipping free. That raging tempest from Valagarmanda? Setting future worries aside, you are come to attempt the feat of proof, yes? The High Luminary chosen Elector of the Dawn Servant has left me with instructions for all aspiring claimants. You are to scour our forbidding mountains and find the waiting Gurfler. That is to be your challenge. Oh, so the search itself is the feat. You've already spoken with my brothers, I take it? I have. Their expeditions are underway. And we'd better pick up the pace. Aye, but we'll need a direction to search in first. Let's see what hints we can gather from the villagers. Because that's going to be a trial, huh? I think we saw that in the trailer. Gods, Valagarmanda is enormous. I know Papa had friends with him, but it's incredible he could hold his own against that thing. Did its prison ever fail, though? We can expect the old guard to come running. It'll be up to us to save the day. Level 93, History's Keepers. Get crit. Complete. Level 93, the Feat of Proof. Alpha Noah would share his strategy for information gathering. As we've just been informed, the Feat of Proof requires us to seek the High Luminary Gerfurler somewhere upon these mountains. However, if earlier feats are any indication, we must assume the challenge precludes the Yokhoi from answering our questions in a straightforward manner. Thus, I would ask that you pay close attention while attempting to divine Gerfurler's whereabouts. Though the giants may not give us precise location, there may be clues hidden within their words. Such is my theory, anyway. Let us see what we can discover. Gorgover. High Luminary? No, I've not seen him today. Now let me ask you a question. That brawl who came out of the temple earlier, was that really the third promise? She seems rather unimposing. How is she meant to succeed the mighty Gulul Jaja? Stuck on something? I can't go through those. Died. Dribbler. Atuliola, no, you are from farther away than that, I think. As for the High Luminary, I can only guess where he might be. He is a warder of the Sky Ruin, but also keeper of the sepulchres, and his duties often take him outside the village. I mean, we know he's outside the village. That's no much help. Oh, dear long. Zifferler. Asking after the High Luminary as well, are you? I know not where to find him, but I do hope you have the opportunity to speak together. He is a great man with a deep reverence for our traditions. These glyphs we carve, for one, he affords them as much value as any treasure we possess. They are records of lives lived. Your arrival, too, I will etch into the stone, that the story of our meeting may endure for untold turnings of the sun. You are curious about our ways, and I bid you visit the proof to the northwest of here. It is one of our grave sites. I'm up. How do we get up there? Keep getting turned around. All right. First things first, was anyone able to coax forth a definitive location for the High Luminary? As expected, what then of clues or other hints that might point us in the right direction? Heard that in addition to his usual duties, Griffler is also charged with keeping the graves. As did I. The Yakyui's sepulchres appear to hold a special significance in their culture. But would it be appropriate for us outsiders to enter into their burial grounds? Yeah, they told us to go. Proof, you say? And he encouraged you to visit this place yourself? Let's go and take a look. Even if we don't find Griffler there, it will give us the chance to learn more about the Yakyui. Gravesite is somewhere northwest of here. Well, we can leave from that side of the village for a start, shall we? Rise from your grave. Other way to get up there? Around, like. Location. Progress. We are making progress. The others have gone on ahead to the proof, following the trail west. There are sharp drops everywhere, so we're all moving at our own pace. Some of us are not built for craggy terrain. I thought to get my bearings from up here first, so I don't stumble off a cliff. Why don't you try catching up to Aaronville? He should be able to point you in the right direction. Like the wrong way. Okay, so came up the cliff. We need to go back down. Do we have to go up? I mean, it looks like it's all connected. Yeah, well, I mean, the little arrow on the quest marker is pointing down, so it's definitely lower elevation. See. Location. With 8. 93. No, too much. Wonder if I could squeeze in and just get some quick XP. Take a look at this crater. There is no wood, no trees, not even dried grass, and yet the ground still burns. This be one of the scars left by Velagarmanda's rampage as told by the saga. Sky Ruin's fires are described as eternal, flames that can be quenched by neither storm nor time, and here I thought it literary embellishment. But now I've lost sight of Wuklamat. Proof is northwest along the main road, so hopefully she's still heading the right way. We just got kidnapped. Should we be leaving her alone? We lost our charge again. We were looking at rocks. New location. On the trail. Hey, Wuklamat wins again. Like everyone is here now, so. Greetings, friend. Are you Gurfler? No, I am not. The High Luminary did, however, task me with providing a lesson on sepulchres to those who came in search of him. Oh, so we are meant to find our way here after all. Are you to tell us who is buried here? No one is buried here in the sense you mean. When a body has served its purpose, we consign it to the flames and scatter its ashes across the peaks. Moreover, we do not conceive of death as others do. For us, a person does not die when their heart ceases to beat, but only when they are no longer born in the hearts of all who know them. This is why we build our sepulchres before age or mishap claim us. That's we might etch ourselves into the living chronicle for all eternity. This grave belongs to a good friend. His mortal vessel ended its journey some years ago, but he lives within me even now. Up there stands my own sepulchre. As long as it exists, so too will I. I will endure in the hearts of those who read my grave glyphs in the same manner my friend does in mine. Has it always been thus for your people, this conception of existence and death? Continue along this path to the indelible passage. Behold the history upon its walls, and you may find the answers to your question. And that's what we'll do. Your traditions are fascinating, and I'd love to know more. Thank you for allowing me to share them, for in doing so will I remain in your hearts also. That's giant with no name. We will always remember you, that guy. You're that one. He was literally named Patient Gravekeeper or whatever. You don't even have a name tag. All this. Location. Hello, a fellow we met at proof suggested we come here. Yes, the High Luminary commanded that I watch for your arrival. As the chronicles of our people, it has ever been my family's duty to pass on the teachings of the murals from generation to generation. They really are magnificent, and together they tell the tale of your people's history. They are the events which shaped us. I would share them with you ere you continue on your way. Please, we would love to hear all about it. I will begin. First mural depicts a time more than 1100 years ago, an age of great prosperity for the Yokdoi. Blessed with size and strength unmatched by other peoples, our ancestors marched forth and brought much of Yokteral under their dominion. Then when all before them had been conquered, they turned their gaze northward, seeking to expand their territory and power. Here we see the expedition of the Zokteral. Unable to cross the strait by ship, our forefathers set to building a bridge to the northern lands, a grand labor which consumed the greater part of a century. Worqor the Boundless, we still make use of that bridge in Tuliyola for travel. I can't imagine the patience and dedication it took to complete a work of that scale. I've never heard of any Yakyoi living in Zaktaral. What happened to the ones who went north? Look upon the next mural and behold the answer. Scene suggests that many giants perished all at once. What manner of enemy could have repelled their invasion? Oh, unnamed and unseen, when the expedition pushed forth into Zaktaral those thousand years ago, its soldiers were felled by disease. Some terrible illness? No, no virulent plague or newly arisen blight. For the local Tonawalta and Shatona, it was but a mild affliction of the sort that comes with the turning of the seasons. What manifested for them as slight fevers and coughs, however, proved deadly to our people. Of every 10 Yokyoi who joined that northern campaign, 9 succumbed to the infection. 9, damn. 9 out of 10. That's a lot of them. Those who survived continued to suffer, finding it difficult to sire offspring. I've heard of this before. Lacking an inherited resistance, visitors to distant lands can fall deathly ill to diseases a local might shrug off. These events might also have given rise to the practice of cremation rather than the burial of mortal remains. The final mural depicts the return of our grieving brethren to Urkapacha. The reason they first left, why they had fought so long and pushed so far, was to ensure peace for our homeland. This undertaking began in ancient times when our forebears learned they shared the continent with peoples unlike to us in appearance or custom, and feared invasion was inevitable. Rather than meekly await their fate, they decided to strike the first blow, yet as they fought on and on, the old idea of peace drifted further and further away. Only after the disaster in Zormor did their withdrawal to the mountains did they come to understand. Peace we envisioned had been ours for the taking all along. It was here in the place which birthed us, here in the stones upon which we recorded our days, here in this tranquil life we had traded for conquest and conflict. When you do nothing but fight, it can blind you to what's right before your eyes. So we return to the present. Excuse me. I trust you found this brief history of our people enlightening. Always glad to learn more about my fellow Tirali, how you've lived until now, and how you wish to live from now on. And I believe you are ready to proceed. The High Luminary bids you meet him upon the summit of Worqor Zormor. Had a feeling we'd end up scaling that big old mountain. Well, it's a feat worthy of the name. Follow the trail south of here to begin your ascent, but be wary. Beyond the entryway, the mountainside is home to ferocious beasts, both mundane and otherwise. Keep that in mind. Thank you for warning. End the lesson. Finally, we know where we're going, to the top of Worqor Zormor. Right outside. Random mount. This thin mountain air is going to be the death of me. Well, how long have you been standing there? I was just taking in the scenery is all. Come on, we don't want to fall too far behind Alphanald and the others. Oh. Yeah, again with the yawning. My lack of sleep is catching up with the past few days. Busy, busy, busy. You remember how the chronicler was saying that the more they fought, the further away they moved from their idea of peace. It occurs to me that if Zorojah is attempting to feed a proof, then he will have heard the same lesson. I only hope that it's made him reconsider his own stance on educating people through war. 193, the feat of proof, complete. Level 93, the High Luminary. Uklamak gazes up at the summit of Worqor Zormor.
God, that is one tall mountain. And we're supposed to climb it?
Farther.
Do not expect to walk here unchallenged. Tell me, stunted ones, did those short legs bring you all the way from Tuliolal? What?
He's speaking the old Yokhui tongue. The words are difficult to catch.
Though your words are crude and cumbersome, I use them for your benefit. You are a claimant in this right of succession.
That's right.
Then, if you die, Tuliolal loses a potential ruler.
That's a dark thing to say, friend. I get the feeling you don't share the opinions of the other Yokhui we've met.
We do not grovel before Gulul, Jar Jar, like those shameless lapdogs. My brethren and I are conquerors, and we will restore our people to their rightful place as Tural's overlords.
The Giants have their own factions too, it seems.
You think your kin weak for showing deference to my father, but they do not follow the man. It is his peace they respect, a peace they always wanted, which they realized could be had right here.
Justifications of the craven. They turn their gaze from our ancestors, from the dream we kept alive for 1,000 years and more. They are unworthy of bearing our legacy. I will reclaim the glory of our people. And our ascension begins with the death of the third promise.
Stop! I don't want to fight you.
I'll do it.
Then die on your knees. Opportunistic vermin seek to feast on us, do you? Get down here. Your neck will be the first I snap this day.
That's right.
Why do you help us?
I didn't put much thought into it. My legs were moving before I knew what was happening. I suppose I feared you'd die before we had the chance to get to know each other. Before I could learn more about you.
To what end?
Oh, that's simple. If we're to share the land, it's the best way for us to become friends.
Oh.
How is he?
He'll live. Not quite ready to walk under his own strength, however.
If you could stay and tend to him, the rest of us will continue on to Worqor Zormor.
Understood. Be careful up there.
This changes nothing. We will not forsake our conquest.
As you like. You want to kill me, you're welcome to try. But right now, you might want to worry about your comrade.
On a mountain of that size, there are bound to be creatures even I've never heard of. I'll trust you to lead the way.
Then we climb. Worqor is waiting.
Burler. Worqor Zormor now accessible. New regular duty has been added to Duty Finder and Duty Support. Right, let's read it up. So Worqor Zormor. Level 93, Worqor Zormor. Wuklamata has undertaken the feat of proof, a challenge which has you seeking the whereabouts of the Elector High Luminary Grifferler. The search immerses you in the culture and history of the Yokoi and ultimately leads your party to the foot of the sacred peak Worqor Zormor. The Elector, you are told, awaits you at its summit. Simply scaling the soaring mountain and surviving the mountain's denizens will be a feat in and of itself. Alright, we're gonna do this. Let's search for. Oh, that was quick. Level 93, Worqor Zormor. Commence. Ooh, pretty. Doctoral, Worqor Zormor. Ooh. Victor. Take the picture. Try and fill up our gauges before the balls. Man. No, I thought they were going to go in some kind of order. Where are they on? Okay. Wasn't paying any attention. Like, I thought the ones that he frozen first would be frozen first. Seemed to make more sense to me. It's not going well. I'm just like, I'm not seeing it. Not seeing it at all. Yeah, this is not going well. Too tired. Okay. Hit like immediately. Oh, this is bad. I don't think I've ever had a dungeon go this poorly. Oh well. Those things. Bad day. I was just not seeing it at all. We're not gonna get too discouraged by these things. Okay, moving on. Cool dungeon. What's the bird? Oh, where's it? Supposed to go somewhere with it. What did I get? Oh. Yeah, see, I don't have any idea. Am I the only one new here? They all seem to be knowing what they're doing. Okay, see this. I had not seen the previous one. Oh no, we're overlap. Got me again. This is not going well. Alright. I'm new. Flag. Okay. Not great. All right. Well. Okay. Ooh. Well, this dungeon has not gone well so far. Let's hope this goes better. Stone's Elector, Griffler.
I am Gurfurur, Elector of the Dawn Servant. Prepare to be tested. Prove you are worthy to rule. Chronicles of Eld. Recount the fury of erupting beaks. Chronicles of Eld. Retell the hunger of roiling waters! I will take the measure of your resolve. unbreakable strength of the mountain be mine!
Oh, these. Soak these. I know what this is.
Spirit of my brethren, your thunder roars! That you should endure my fury.
Yeah, your fury wasn't a whole lot.
Chronicles of Earth, record the cruelty of merciless storms.
Hey, well, we got through it. Oh, I thought I was tired. Yeah, that did not go well. I mean, the last boss was fine. It did poorly against the other ones. We'll get the hang of it. Enhanced Swift Cast. What does that do?
Very good, Claimant. Once more, I name myself Gur Fulur, High Luminary to my people, and chosen Elector of the Dawn Servant.
You are much bigger than the others in the village.
Almost like a proper giant.
All Yokhui were once my equal in size, but ever since we were decimated by disease, it is rare to see a child reach our former stature.
That actually makes sense.
You speak of the contagion which afflicted the Shaktural expedition. The one recorded in your murals.
It is a chapter of our history that is entangled with the legend of the Golden City.
I've heard that legend originated with the Yokhui. Is this true?
With the visions our ancestors had, to be precise. Preceding the campaign into Shaktural, many were visited by dreams of glittering splendor. They described a paradise that knew neither war nor famine, where people lived lives of eternal happiness. A single dreamer might have been dismissed, but when dozens, if not hundreds, spoke the same, the luminaries became convinced it was divine revelation.
Then the expedition.
Its purpose was to find the City of Gold. Yes, help was marshaled from all the territories under our control. Lands were scoured on a massive scale.
Ah, little wonder the legend is so similar across Tural. Those involved with the search would have passed the stories down to their children.
Another claimant, I see. I will test your worth, as I have tested those who came before you.
Here and now, I think he means.
Well fought, second promise. For you and your sister's success in performing the feat of proof. You both shall be rewarded.
Three to go.
How glorious it would have been to race thee and thine to the summit. Though mayhap not whilst being hounded by Bakul Jaja and his minions.
Again, that swine shows his disdain for the right.
Strangely, despite his eagerness to antagonize us, he withdrew as soon as we fought back in earnest. I cannot fathom what he was trying to achieve. On a similar note, I'm also curious as to why you chose the peak of Worqor Zormor for the conclusion of this feat. The earlier stages saw us learn the history of the Yokhui. Does this location also hold some special meaning for your people?
Yes, it is a place of great significance.
All these monuments. Is this a burial ground?
Every high luminary before me is enshrined in this earth. Alongside them are the heroes who bravely stood their ground when Valley Armanda brought ruin to Urkop. Pacha 8 decades past.
That explains why there are so many.
Zorolja, I should have known you'd arrive here first.
Third promise. How relieved I am to find you in good health.
Zorolja, you bastard! I should end you here and now!
Remember where you are. You will mind your conduct, or you will leave.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a sacred place.
Sorry.
But he doesn't seem to have any problem with
I see no
fighting.
reason to delay further. Show me my father's sepulchre.
Papa has a grave?
Upon this monument are inscribed the names of those who sealed away the monstrous Valigarbanda, your fathers included.
Gulul Jaja, Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace.
Look at this one. Kettenram, Navigator of Uncharted Oceans.
Kettenrun? The Laminsan explorer? Does this mean he joined Galul Jaja on his travels?
Kafkiwa, Seeker of the Unknown. How strange to see your name here.
It was unheard of to build living sepulchres for those who were not Yokwi. But their great deed demanded recognition.
Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace? Papa really did some amazing things.
He carved his path with martial skill.
Yet it was clever thinking which allowed him to trap Valigarmanda within its own ice magics.
Martial skill and clever thinking. I can't compete with Zorolja's mastery of the Head of Resolve's techniques. And when it comes to knowledge, Kona's the one who most takes after the Head of Reason. Is there anything that I've gotten from Papa? Something I do better than the others?
You have his love for peace. What else defines your father aside from strength and knowledge?
What else defines him? Oh, of course. Papa's love for peace, for his people. That is what he's given me. And I'm fighting to preserve the peaceful Tural he built. What in the hells was that?
You must return to Warlar's Echo immediately. Valigarmanda has broken free.
I presume that was about the unholy sound?
Valigarmanda is free.
We need to get back there. Now!
How fortuitous. We have been gifted an opportunity to outpace our rivals.
Rules echo. Good, you're back. There's much I would explain, but by the time I arrived to investigate a sudden surge in ether, there were already fallen giants everywhere. Right now, everyone is preoccupied with treating the wounded. Pray catch your breath and then lend a hand to where you can. Level of 93, the High Luminary. Complete. We now enter Worqor Zormor with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu.